One of the biggest problems in calisthenics is injuries. And I don't need to tell you too much about it. You already know probably because this is very common in our sport. And once you get injured, it's very hard to get back to the game because all the progress you've made is now holding back. Now you can't make the same progress. You have to let your body adapt. You have to let your body recover. And after 7 years of me doing calisthenics, so you can see that I'm already in the game for pretty much a long time, and I can do very intense stuff such as the one arm planche, the one arm front lever. So I got some experience with injuries also, and I will tell you my experience with it throughout the video because I have a lot to share. And let's just say that I had one serious injury through my career and also a lot of other injuries. So stick to the end. I'm going to cover out everything you need to know about injuries, share it through my personal aspect, through my two eyes, and what I did to recover the best from it, and how you can actually take advantage of it and progress faster and obviously recover from injuries. So the first and most important thing is don't get injured in the first place. Because what's even better than healing injuries fast is avoiding them in the first place. And how you can do it is basically by listening to your body. Your body is telling you, it's giving you signals that you have to be aware of them and act accordingly. Without it, you will get injured much faster. You will not be able to progress fast enough. So this is very crucial and important step before everything that I'm about to say. And also, why is it even so easy to get injured in calisthenics? Is basically because in our sport, it's very normalized to push to the limit every single workout, every single set even, to push to max effort, to push to failure. And sometimes it's not the best way to do so. Sometimes it's not what your body needs. And also, just because calisthenic skills are very, very intense to the body, it's much more common to get injured. For example, if I'm pushing to failure in something very intense and something that is not that intense and in a high volume, it's much more likely to get injured in the more intense stuff, even if in both cases you're pushing to failure. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, you probably already know that these skills such as the planche, the front lever, and everything you want to achieve are putting a lot of stress to your tendons, to your ligaments, and so on. So these two things are what making it so common in our sport to get injured. So recovery is a crucial part of avoiding injuries and healing injuries because if you're not recovering well enough, your body is putting under a potential to get injured or not to progress at all. So what you have to do is maximize three aspects of your trainings. So the first one is your training workout, your sleep, and your nutrition. These three factors are what can hurt your recovery. And let me tell you something, you are not special, you are not recovering slower than anybody else. You are not a victim of, I feel like it's taking me so much longer to recover compared to my friend or compared to other people that I know. No, it doesn't work like that. You are not special case. And I used to think that, for me, I used to think that I'm recovering very slow for some reason. And the problem is always comes down to one of the three things that I talked about. It's or the training, or the nutrition, or the sleep. So I will go over every one of them and show you what you can correct. So about the training, you have to listen to your body. That is the main priority. And also you have to correct your training session because it's not just about the intensity. It's not just about the volume, and it's not just about the frequency. once you are combining all of these three together the right way, this will not hurt you, this will not over fatigue your body. So you have to be cautious about it and manage all of the volume, intensity, and frequency the right way. And this will allow you in the first place not to get your body into a position that it over fatigues. So after you look at the training, you go into your sleep management. So obviously, sleep for 8 hours. This is pretty much like the number that you should aim for. And also it should be very in a calm place where the lights are off, no light at all, and basically just be calm at the moment, and don't wake up in the actual sleep, because the last part of the sleep is the most important part of the sleep. So if you are waking up after 6 hours and then coming back into sleep again for 2 more hours, this is not the best sleep you can get. So that's about it. And also about nutrition. I don't need to tell you to eat more protein. You know that it's very important to build muscles. But what not many people know is you have to eat more carbs. Carbs are a game changer. Carbs are your fuel for performance. Carbs are one, will help you to get more fuel for your training session. 2, will help you recover faster. And this is a game changer, especially for our sport, because yeah, you want to be lean, so it might be not the best option to overload carbs every single time, but you have to do it wisely. Don't sleep on carbs. Carbs are a game changer for your recovery and from healing injuries. So this is very important. So look at these 3 things that I just said and compare it to what you are doing currently, see if there is something that you can change. And as I said, if you are not recovering fast enough, it's definitely a thing in one of these 3 things. You just have to check and see for yourself what needs to change and adjust it accordingly. Okay, so let's just say in a certain case, I already got injured, and what should I even do? So the best way to approach an injury, and for myself, I actually tore my shoulders about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. And what happened was I did an overuse with my shoulders for too many intense stuff, and this what led to my injury. And it was actually very hard for me to come back to the game and see the progress again and actually perform pain-free. So it was a long journey for me, about 2 years of struggling with it. So I did train in these 2 years, but it wasn't pain-free. But now, actually, I'm better than before. I'm at my prime, both in the skills, one-arm planches, combos, front lever, everything. And at the same time, the shoulders are pain-free. So that's amazing. And it always comes down to the first period. It should be a complete rest. You have to see for your body and let it actually recover. Don't do anything. Don't do front levers, don't do planches. And let your body fully recover and take this time for it to recover. Basically, CNS-wise, ligaments, muscles, everything. Don't do anything that will take away from it. So after you finish that period, take as many time as needed based on how your body reacts. Most of the time it's going to be around 1 week. And after this 1 week period, it's time for you to actually do some strengthening and accessory exercises. So just like, I don't know, let's take for example the shoulders. It can be rotator cuffs. It can be something specific to the injury that you know this movement is your weak points and so on. But this is just one part of the equation, because strengthening and accessory work is not a solution. So many people are getting stuck in this position and they're doing the accessory, doing the strengthening and thinking in their head, this is what's going to solve the injury. And this is so far from the truth. And that's why they're taking so many time to recover. Instead, this is just a small period before you're going into activations. What you're aiming to do is basically come into the training, come into doing the planche, the front levers, planche push-ups, I don't know, handstand push-ups, whatever you do, pain-free. So this time you're doing activations of the actual skill that you want to do, you are aiming to do, pain-free or very, very slightly discomfort. So what's going to happen? You're going to decrease the intensity and do it with a slight discomfort. And this is going to help your body adapt to the actual movement. And as time goes on, you're going to increase the intensity and also the volume, frequency, and so on. But the most important part for you to actually recover and become pain-free, it starts here and it ends here. Once you're cautious about it and you have in your mind that you are not the victim of the injury, you know that your mind cannot betray you, that's when the whole healing process even starts. You have to see yourself not as the guy who is able to recover, you have to be the guy who already has recovered in the past, even if you still have pain. So that's the most important part of it, and it takes a lot of time because this is a slow process of you owning it in your mind, and it's not something easy to do, but that is the game changer that will lead you to a fast recovery, that will lead you towards being pain-free and getting into your prime once again. For my shoulder tear, that was the part that I was missing. That's what held me back for 2 years. I could have done it way faster. The only reason I didn't is because I didn't truly believe that this is possible. I was seeing people that are having a very similar injury to mine, but I have never seen someone that actually recovered from it. And that was the part that was holding me back from doing it myself. Till the moment I saw one of my good friends, one of my best friends, that actually tore a lot of ligaments in the elbow, something not similar to mine, but something very, very, very hard as well, just like my injury. And I think his mindset, I seen that he recovered from me much faster than me after I was dealing it for about a year already. And this was a mind fuck for me. I felt like I was holding myself back from coming back from the injury. And this is the most important part. And if you have to take one thing of this whole video, this should be it. So you always have to trust your mind, because your mind is what's going to help you progress the fastest. It's what's going to help you recover from injuries. This is the whole game of calisthenics. It starts here and it ends here. And if you took something out of this video and it was helpful for you, and you are now going to implement it in your trainings, in your recovery, I will really appreciate the subscribe. I will really appreciate if you follow me on Instagram, because both YouTube, both Instagram, I'm sharing a lot of knowledge. And also, if you want to progress much faster, see better results, control the planche, make it easy on your mind, make it so much normalized to your body, then you're more than welcome to join my one-on-one coaching. And you can send me a message on Instagram. We will figure it out, analyze your case, and see if you can actually fit into my team. And as you know, listen to your body and progress much faster.